And here, like rolling up the sleeves really brings out the white again.
What is up, everybody? Hope you're doing well out there. Today I want to talk about a very important topic. At least in my opinion, it's a super important topic. It's called layering. And layering is one of the most important skills or aspects in terms of like personal fashion, in my opinion. Maybe a couple of sentences like to my thoughts on that topic. So in today's world, it's relatively easy to dress well, right? What I mean by that is you either follow a certain brand and there's certain aesthetic that the brand stands for, right? Let's say you're into SLP, right? Saint Laurent Paris. You know exactly, okay, skinny black jeans, this kind of boot, leather jacket and stuff like that. Or let's say you're into techwear, you know, okay, you're gonna need like a hard shell, a tapered silhouette, blah, 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 all that stuff, right? Or avant-garde, you just throw on, you just spend a lot of money on artisanal brands. Everything has to be black, that's it, you know. So it's relatively easy to fall into a certain category with your clothing without like really thinking about it too much. And that's, in my opinion at least, that's missing in today's fashion world, is the personal touch. So if you look at the personal fashion value chain, I don't know if that makes any sense. So you have the fashion designer who's basically doing all the work, right? He's thinking what you should look like, right? Then he creates a lookbook, right? So different pieces, a lookbook, a kind of an emotion behind that and stuff like that. And then you just jump on that. But I think as a consumer, right, we can still like create our own narrative and combine different brands and different genres as well, right? And that's something I want to do with this channel, obviously, right? So I'm interested in techwear, I'm interested in artisanal avant-garde fashion, but I'm also interested in other stuff as well. And I want to merge those kind of different aspects and different brands so that it becomes my style, right? And I think in today's world, everybody should be doing that, right? To think more about the personal style. And layering is an awesome concept that can really kickstart you in creating your own style, because you really have to think about like what pieces to combine, what goes well with what, which brands to combine, what textures, what colors and stuff like that. So you're creating a value in this whole personal fashion value chain. So those are my thoughts on layering. And I've really like spent the last days like really going deep into the topic and thinking about it. And I've identified 3 basic principles of layering. So the first one is color layering. The second one is texture layering. And the third one is silhouette layering. And I'll go into detail in each category, and we're gonna look at different outfits and stuff like that. And I wanna talk about like the concepts, and then also in the end, I wanna create like 2 different layer looks with the pieces that I have, because I really think that you can basically repurpose old stuff that you have that you usually don't wear, right? It's in the back of your closet or whatever. And you can really like get those out and repurpose them with a cool layer outfit. So let's jump right in. Right, so what I want to do now is I want to show you a couple of pictures from my personal archive, like pictures that I've saved that really like embody those different layering concepts that I've talked about. And to be honest, most of the pictures, I don't know whose pictures they are, right? I just saved them. If those are your pictures and you want credit, please let me know. I'll link you down in the description to your social media or whatever. I don't want to steal anybody's pictures here. So the first 2 pictures here are of the same outfit basically, right? And you see like the lovely layering of different fabrics, different textures, different materials. So yeah, obviously you have the CCP West bag on top, and the CCP West bag is or West bags in general are perfect layering pieces in my opinion. They also add functionality, right? Because you can store stuff. But yeah, this picture is really cool. We have the gray shirt at the bottom. Then you have like a checked pattern blazer, I think, and then a heavy wool cardigan probably, and then a worker's jacket that looks like cotton, and then the West bag on top. So pretty heavy layering, looks pretty awesome in my opinion. So in the beginning I mentioned, right, that there are 3 different areas for layering. So one is color, one is silhouette, and one is texture. So I picked some examples for each so that you understand what I mean by that. So maybe let's start off with color. Right, in this picture you can see it's a close-up of a sleeve, and you see the pants as well. You can see that it's a heavy wool outfit, right? Probably a jacket, like a wool blazer, and underneath there's like a shirt, and then you have the pants as well, right? And the materials, like they're pretty similar, And that's why I picked this picture for the color, because you can see here, even though the textures and the materials are similar, you can still create a cool layering outfit just by different colors, right? They go well together, obviously, but that's a cool example of that. And the next one here, I have a picture from Style Zeitgeist. Very, very cool picture as well. You can see a leather jacket. This could be a Boris leather jacket. It appears to look like a long sleeve underneath in black as well. And then you have a long t-shirt in gray, right? And then there's another black one underneath. And that's another cool color example, because the gray shirt in between the black layers really creates like a three-dimensional silhouette, I guess, and really breaks up that pattern, right? So that's a really cool example, I think, for color layering. And the third example for color layering, we have here a blazer and a shirt underneath, right? Pretty simple outfit. Looks like a typical like Paul Harden outfit, could be Elena Dawson, I don't know. Again here, the white really breaks up, right, the black mass, basically black pants, black blazer, and then the white really creates some space between, which really pleases the eye in my opinion. So that's it for color layering. Next up, we're looking at silhouette layering, right? What I mean by that is you can basically change the silhouette with different layers, right? But let's look at some examples. So that's a pretty awesome picture. I don't even know if that's a woman or a man, to be honest, but I absolutely love this outfit. So you have, obviously, the main attraction are leather, sock sneakers, and then you have, appears to be like a skirt or short pants in like a gray wool. And then you have, it's really even hard to identify each piece, but then we have like a sort of like a cardigan or a long top, right? That really messes with the silhouette. And then we have a black shirt and a black blazer on top. But as you can see here, right, the outfit really like changes the silhouette, and each layer sort of like changes the silhouette, right? You have the sock sneakers, which really like make the legs long, and then you have those short pants, and then a layer on top, which is really long as well. So yeah, really love this outfit, and a great example for like how different layers can change your silhouette. Another great example of how layering can change your silhouette is this picture here, right? It looks again like a Boris leather jacket, and then we have a shirt underneath, and below the shirt we have a long t-shirt, and that changes the whole silhouette. Pretty cool, because like those shortcut leather jackets usually create like a sort of like a boxy kind of silhouette, right? Like shorter and more width. But then the long shirt really stretches the whole silhouette, in my opinion, and it really goes well together. And you can see like how wearing one different piece, right, changes the whole silhouette. So pretty cool. And now let's go into my favorite category, which is texture. I'm gonna show you some cool examples like how layering different textures really can create an interesting outfit. And this is one of my favorite pictures. So as you can see, the whole outfit is basically monochrome, all in gray, but the different textures and layers like really make this outfit interesting. So you can see it's probably like a gray jeans or like a cotton pants. On top we have like a t-shirt, and in between we have like this ripped to shreds kind of t-shirt that creates like this really like visually interesting texture. And those are like the outfits that I appreciate, you know, like the level of detail, you know, like at first glance, you know, there's something interesting going on, but it's all monochrome, so you're not really sure what it is that draws your attention. And yeah, this is one of my favorite pictures and great example of how texture can create visually interesting outfits. Another great example for texture layering is this outfit. So everything he wears is black, right? And that's usually pretty uninteresting, if that's a word, for the eye, right? Because everything is basically like one whole black mass. But what he does there is he combines different textures, different materials. So you have what appears to be a Paul Harden blazer, and then probably a Boris, I guess, long sleeve, and then some sort of like scarf that is just hanging out in front, right? And that is probably the main piece here, because the texture is so different here, right? It looks like a rough wool or whatever, and then like a thicker long sleeve underneath, and then some black pants. So a really cool example as well of a monochrome outfit with different textures that create a cool layered look. And in this next example here, this is probably the look where the texture layering is the most obvious, right? We have a shirt on top which appears to be leather or like a waxed cotton kind of material, and then underneath we have like a very rough linen wool kind of knitted shirt. I don't know, it's really hard to see what it is, but you get the point. And then we have like a regular cotton shirt underneath. So pretty cool layers and definitely visually interesting. And then for my last example for texture, we have an awesome picture of what appears to be a leather jacket and pants in a similar material. And then we have like a knitted shirt that is hanging out, right? Which really breaks up the monotone kind of vibe this outfit would have had if it weren't for the sweater. So really cool example as well. And I also brought 2 women's pictures because I thought they were so awesome. And to be honest, like, women are usually better at layering than men. I don't know why, but this outfit is really cool as well. Runway outfit. I don't know who it is, to be honest, but yeah, you can see like the different layers, right? You have, if we start on top, like this leather kind of shirt, then some layer underneath, and then another layer underneath, and then the white pants, and then gray tights, black leather boots, and black leather gloves. So pretty cool outfit in my opinion. Great layering executed here. And then another runway example I have here, pretty dope as well. You have like this oversized blazer, and then a super chunky cardigan, and then obviously tights and black shoes. So pretty cool layering examples here as well. And those were the 3 sort of areas that I identified, at least, where you can play around with, right? My personal favorite is texture, and that's something I really want to incorporate more into my outfits, to do probably like a monochrome outfit and then have different textured layers. And now that we looked at the different categories that you can layer in, I really want to point out that Boris is awesome at layering his outfits, right? I looked at some of the pictures from his runway shows, and I've saved a couple that I wanted to show you real quick. So as you can see in the first picture here, he really plays around in all categories, right? You have, first of all, let's say silhouette. You have this long padded vest, right, underneath that really like creates an elongated silhouette. But then you have another vest that is just on the chest. And then we have the drop crotch pants, what it even could be a skirt, I don't know. So he really plays around with his silhouette, but then also with different textures, right? Every layer has a different texture. And then obviously the color scheme, we have basically 3 different colors, right? So different gray tones, and then we have black and white. So pretty interesting. And the next picture, it's the same. He even plays around with color, even though everything or most of the stuff that the guy here is wearing is purple, right? It's different shades of purple, and that's so interesting. And then we have different textures. This picture is perfect for textures, I think, with this knitted sweater underneath and then the padded vest coat on top. It really takes a long time like to really digest everything that is going on, and that's so awesome in my opinion. That's the cool thing about layering, right? It's your eye doesn't really understand at first glance what's going on, and it really takes some time to digest and understand what's going on. And the next picture, he does the same with orange, right? Different shades of orange, different materials. We have, again, a long silhouette, but then also like the top vest, for example, is a bit shorter, right? So he really plays in all different categories, which is so interesting. Next picture, again, the same, right? We have a knitted long top. On top, we have a vest. It really plays around with the silhouette. Again, different textures, different colors. And the colors are usually, if you look at the outfits, the colors are usually like in the same category, right? It's usually like brown tones, gray tones, whatever, but also all kind of different shades of that color, right? Which is so interesting. Next picture, I love this one as well. So many different textures, different colors, different items that change the silhouette, right? He really always plays with like long vests, I found, which is really interesting, makes his silhouette long, obviously. This is another great example here of like green and beige and brown tones, right? We have on top this ultra thick knitted vest, again, long silhouette, long vest, underneath another long vest, and then we have the bumper to mid on foot. So yeah, cool example. And the last picture I wanted to show you, I think this is like taken backstage from a Boris runway show, I'm not sure, but this is a pretty cool example of layering as well, right? You have almost everybody, if not everybody here, is wearing tights. 3 out of 4 are wearing bumper 2s, and then different silhouettes, different textures, but all in the same color scheme, which is super interesting. So yeah, that should be just like an inspiration for you, you know, to understand like what you can do with your outfits and the pieces that you have. And I think I would like to challenge you, right, to take something out of your closet that you haven't worn in months and then try to repurpose it with layering, because I really think you can like breathe new life into old pieces just by layering and combining them with different things. So that's definitely something I'm gonna test out now. The plan is to throw together 2 outfits and see if I can like combine those different concepts that I talked about, right? I wanna create different layers with textures, different textures with different colors, and I wanna play around with the silhouette a bit. And yeah, let's do this.
So this will be one example that I came up with. As you can see, I'm wearing my Ziggy Chen blazer on top, then a super long shirt at the bottom, and then in the middle we have a down vest from Uniqlo, which really creates different textures. And from the front it's relatively simple, but then if you look like from the side, we have a cardigan still coming up. So 4 different textures, right? Colors that go well together. Obviously a longer silhouette because of the shirt, but then the puffy vest sort of like makes it a bit more wider, I guess. One really has to be careful with layering like down stuff, because it also gets it gets super puffy, right? And it can create like a weird looking silhouette. I think this is borderline, it's still okay, right? It works. Right, and for outfit number 2, I'm again wearing lots of layers, right? It's really easy to do good layering, I think, when you have like a long shirt underneath. So this is a long shirt from Tom Chrome, right? First shirt was Tom Chrome as well, sorry, forgot to mention that. So it's like a dark forest green kind of color. Then on top I'm wearing Elena Dawson shirt, and then my Femme d'Expression wool blazer. From the front, right, it looks pretty formal, right? White shirt, black blazer. But then obviously the shirt underneath sort of creates like a different silhouette, brings a different color in, and then, which you can see from the front, but you can see from the back and the side, is I'm wearing the Rick Owens overshirt, the nylon overshirt in between, right? So it really creates sort of like a different silhouette, but also brings a different texture as well as another color in. And here, like rolling up the sleeves really brings out the white again. And then obviously the raw hem here like brings a different texture in as a contrast sort of to the nylon overshirt here. So yeah, pretty cool outfit in my opinion. Obviously not everybody's gonna like it because it's pretty formal, pretty avant-garde. But yeah, I wouldn't wear this every day, but it's still cool experiment, right, to just layer different stuff.
Right guys, that's it from my side. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, smash that like button down below. I'm releasing new videos every Sunday, sometimes also on Wednesdays. And yes, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.